please start
Clapped.
by telling me what you were just starting to say.
Oh, that I worked at the Iron Bear. I was a bouncer. I used to sit out front and check IDs, and I am now who I made fun of. Like, people would walk by doing this, holding a mic, trying to act like they're not holding a fucking mic and walking and talking, and trying not to look at the mic, like really working at it.
Right.
And yeah, they're harassed by a patio of homosexuals yelling, "Don't look at the camera! Don't look!"
Oh my God.
And I participated in the heckling of people doing podcasts.
And now we are those people.
I'm doing podcasts.
Well, I have to say you brought it on yourself.
I did.
You really
I deserve
did.
this.
Well, your second book is coming out. Your first book came out and was a sensation, and you kind of became a personality that gets booked on podcast.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool,
All
right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it.
Do you think?
You know what's funny is when you do any sort of creative work, your family doesn't have any fucking idea what you do. So
True.
yeah, like my brother will be so much more excited that I'm on these podcasts than he's been about anything. Anything.
So he hasn't read your books?
No. Why would you worry so much when you're writing a book that, like, oh my God, somebody's gonna read? They don't read it. Your family does not read your shit. It's great. You don't have to actually worry about it.
That might be the name of your episode already. We usually like pick a phrase from the guest as the title, and your family is not going to read your shit is
They won't.
pretty strong.
Yeah. I had this conversation with my brother before my last book came out. I'm like, you know, I actually forgot to tell my mom that I had an abortion. That it just didn't, for a long time, you know, it was like the hidden, I didn't want to tell her. And in my 30s, I didn't give a shit, but I just, why bring it up at Christmas? So I never fucking told her. And then it was in a book, and I panicked. You know, Mom's gonna read this. I'm gonna have to. And she was like, she's not gonna read it. What are you talking about?
She's not going to read.
She's never read it.
That is comforting because my mom has begrudgingly watched a few of my things, but I don't think she's ever like really enjoyed them necessarily.
Yeah. She's proud of you.
She's proud of the recognition.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. She's proud when she can tell her friends, I did a TV show that is affiliated with something that they can reference or something like that. You know what I mean? But she's not like walking around being like, I'm proud my son is a documentary filmmaker. Like, she's...
Absolutely pregnant.
No. I think if now were I a doctor or...
That's different.
a lawyer.
It's just, they don't understand what you do.
Yeah.
Doctors, lawyers, those people matter.
Right. Those people matter.
What have you done, really?
What
with your life?
Oh, geez. This is getting existential already.
I'm sorry.
That did not take long.
Just robbing you of the will to live. It's fine. Just continue making your art. That'll fucking matter.
That'll matter. Oh man. All right. So, sorry. There's a great trailhead right up here that I'm realizing we maybe should have walked on that side.
Well, we can jaywalk. If we get arrested, that'll make great CDG.
That would be, we'll go viral.
Yeah.
I guess we should introduce you to our listening audience here. I am walking with acclaimed memoirist, writer, Austin resident, Lauren Hough.
On your left.
You're listening to Doc Walks with Ben and Keith.
And we are talking in advance of your second book coming out on June 16th. And your backstory is so enormous that when I was preparing for this and listening to other interviews that you've done, those interviews take the entire hour to get through what is this sort of larger than life, like most interesting person in the world backstory. So I'm a little bit intimidated about even knowing where to start. I'm almost like we should just skip over all that stuff and talk about your new book.
I mean,
but
that's kind of the problem with it.
yeah.
It's just, yeah. You can't drop the word cult without this now becoming a true crime podcast.
100%. Like when I say to our listeners here that you grew up in a cult, if I didn't know the story, I just like you said, like it ruins every dinner party. Like everybody just wants to hear only about that.
Yeah.
So what is like the shortest answer you could give about how you grew up?
It's the great thing about living in Austin is it's the one place where that's an exception to that rule. Because anywhere else you drop, where are you from? And if you somehow mention, or what was your book was about, if you mention cult, that's the rest of the dinner party. That's all anybody wants to know.
Yeah.
But in Austin, someone else is going to go, oh, me too. I don't know. This was like the epicenter of cults in the 70s.
That's hilarious. Well, we did have a famous one that I'm blanking on the name of, but there was a great doc made about it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, and I also cannot remember.
Yeah, I can't remember the name, but it started here, and then I think they moved to Southern California or something, and then he got arrested, and yeah. But what I was saying is I have read that you have been compared to David Sedaris, and it feels to me, not knowing your work in its entirety, that that's a pretty apt comparison. Like you had this kind of wild collection of odd jobs, and you saw humanity from all these different unique vantage points, and then you collected all of those stories in a very like insightful and funny way into your first book. Does that resonate with you? Like you agree with that summary?
I don't know about the David Sedaris thing. That feels like sacrilege, but
why? Because that's like
I'll take it. You know what? Yeah.
Because those are like big shoes to fill, you mean?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
We noticed last night that I'm kind of chasing him on tour. He does an event, and then 2 days later I do one, which also feels weird that I have a book out at the same time as David Sedaris.
Yeah.
Because I read him. I don't know. My life doesn't feel real sometimes, so we try to ignore aspects of it, like that. That I'm on a book tour at the same time as. Anyway.
So is he like somebody that you look up to and whose career you would want to emulate?
Yeah, anybody that fucking weird who manages to like break through, because publishing likes everything to sound the same. They don't sell it that way, but they want something that sounded like the thing that hit big last time.
Sure. It's like that in the movie business too. Yeah. Everybody wants a reference point for.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the comps. Who the fuck was David Sedaris going to comp his books to?
Right.
And he somehow still broke through. Yeah. So yeah. I would like to be something weird that broke through.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you have you have arrived. You've managed that. So how did you? The very brief backstory. You grew up in a cult. Yep. You got out of the cult that your parents were in. You joined the military. Yep. You got out of the military because this was the 90s and don't ask, don't tell. Yeah. And basically you were starting to get threatened. Your life was threatened even.
They torched my car, which makes me think they might have been serious, because that's more than shoving nasty notes in your locker.
That's a step.
An act that is scary. So yeah, I got kicked out. I moved to DC. I worked a lot of really shitty jobs.
One of which was a cable guy, or cable person.
We go cable guy. But yeah, it's I didn't know that would be what I wrote. Like I had all these other weird aspects, and I'd tried to sell a book about, it was the book that my agents at the time wanted me to write. They're like, no, you need to write this cult tell-all. It'll be great.
Of course.
You can sell that.
Right.
Children of God. You can write, and you grew up in the Children of God.
Right.
And give us the book.
Yeah.
So I did. I wrote this. It was just a proposal, but every time I sent it in and got it back with notes, it just got sadder.
Oh.
And by the end, it wasn't something I wanted to write, but I thought I had to. And then it didn't fucking sell.
So you did write it?
Yeah, I wrote that shitty book, but it didn't. No publisher wanted it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And now looking back,
I gave up.
As like a published author multiple times over, what do you think it was about that first manuscript that didn't sell?
And then it's the same thing we're saying is they want Educated had just sold, and all the publishers were full up of like, I had a weird shitty childhood and didn't go to school books. All of them got sent to every editor, and every editor was like, if I have to read another one of these, I swear to Christ. So, that's the way I feel about them, honestly. I get sent all of them for blurbs, but...
You know what? It's starting to rain a little bit. Why don't we pull over right here, which looks like it's kind of in the protected underneath this tree.
I heard you're supposed to stand under a tree when it's lightning.
I detected a hint of sarcasm there. Okay, so I'm really curious about this idea that like you didn't want to write that manuscript. Your publisher was like, or your agent was like, no, we can sell this.
Yeah.
And it didn't sell.
Did not sell.
Yeah. So what do you think it was about your first collection then that made it sellable, whereas the thing that felt like the home run didn't sell?
There's only so much of a market for like looky-loo, let's read about the saddest thing that happened to someone else.
Yeah.
Story, when there's just not really any point to it. You're not saying anything, you're just kind of telling sad stories.
Right.
And I didn't figure that out until I wrote the Cable Guy essay. And that was just, that all happened by chance. I was stoned in between classes, and I was like, you guys want to hear some dumb fucking Cable Guy stories on Twitter? And then a friend of mine who was in DC, worked for the HuffPost, said, hey, my editor wants to know if you can write an essay. I had to take my dog to the vet, and they gave me $1,000 for it, and I was like, fuck yeah, obviously I'll do it.
Right.
What's an essay?
So wait a second. Okay, so what classes were you taking? You mentioned classes.
It was creative writing. I was just trying to, vets can go to school in Texas for free, to a state school.
Right, okay.
So it was, I'd failed at writing. I should try to get a job, and I have this much more money left.
Right.
Let's try to get some sort of job that's not a cable guy.
Okay. So wait, just so I'm clear about the chronology. So you get out of the Air Force. Yep. You work a series of odd jobs.
15 years in DC doing weird, shitty jobs.
And why DC?
It was the closest place we could reach on a tank of gas. We flipped a coin between Atlanta and DC, me and my friend Jay. And
oh my God.
It landed on DC, so
you just went there purely by chance?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
We had probably enough for a tank of gas.
That's incredible.
So we did that. We sold plasma a couple times.
Sold plasma? Yeah. Oh man.
We were in that class, just to make sure we had enough.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm glad now that I think I was most of the time too fucking stupid to know how close I was to the edge.
Yeah.
I just thought this could work. We thought we could go into a gay bar in DC and tell them we just got kicked out of the military and they'd give us a job. And then they did, so that worked out.
Wow. It's funny that the like naivete of youth is responsible for so many amazing things. Like this podcast is largely, we interview other documentary filmmakers, and the amount of times people have said, if I knew how hard it was going to be, I never would have done it, is like almost every episode.
Why the fuck would you?
Right.
You don't do this with your life, kids. It's the thing you do, and the fuck else are you gonna do?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and particularly you coming from such an unusual background, right? It's not like you necessarily had somewhere to return to, so you're kind of always propelled forward.
I mean, I could still move in with my mom, but, well, my brother was already living with my mom. My brother had already taken the spot in the basement, so... Yeah, I had to do something else.
Yeah.
Either that or just go back to like sharing a bed with my brother. Like we were 3 years old. Like that's not gonna.
Yeah, that sounds miserable.
Yeah.
So then, okay, so you're in DC. That's when you work you're working for a cable company, and you're doing house calls to fix people's cable.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you start going back to school for creative writing.
I moved back to Austin. Same reason everyone does. Shitty breakup. I was like, I'm gonna go be a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Right.
And because I'd always talked about it, I should try to do that. Yeah, I moved here, tried to sell a book, did not fucking sell. I got an agent. I got a little bit of success like really early on. Got an agent right away.
And what was that early success?
Just getting an agent right away.
But how did that come up? Because usually you have to publish something to get an agent, right? Or
no, you send them emails and you have to have written something. And I sent her something I had written, a different book about a breakup. It's the one thing you write when you're sad. I wrote that book. I sent her that. She said, "You can really write. You grew up in the Children of God. Can you write that?"
Right.
I said, "Fuck. All right, fine." So I did, but it was terrible. Then I sent it out to a bunch of publishers who agreed it was fucking terrible. Yeah, I was going to try to write a novel, maybe, something, try to get a job. I was running out of time. I was working at the Iron Bear downtown, and you guys want to hear some dumb cable guy stories turned into, like 8 million fucking people read that in the first weekend, which is just an obscene number of people.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You posted these as tweets, and then a friend said, "I work at the Huffington Post. My editor will pay you to write an essay." You write the essay, it blows up. And I read that people were coming to the bar to meet you who had read it.
Fucking nuts.
That's wild.
It was so fucking weird. My life just got really stupid immediately. I'm checking IDs and on the phone with the producer, and like, hold on, I gotta get this Leather Daddies. So hold on.
They're like, Lauren is the most interesting author
They thought
ever.
it was funny. They thought it was fun as shit.
Yeah.
I brought Cate Blanchett to the Iron Bear. Like, my life is fucking weird.
That's crazy.
Really fucking weird.
So how in the world did she get involved? Because I saw that she narrated your audiobook.
Yeah, someone sent her my shit and she read it and she likes me. I don't know. What do you do when Cate Blanchett likes you? You just accept that as
You
fact
say,
and
yes,
sure.
Thank you.
And
yes.
it's easy because like you don't have to worry about what to wear to go hang out with Cate Blanchett. What are you gonna fucking impress her? It's fine.
Right.
Who gives a shit? It's fine. I don't know if I took a shower that day. I was just like, all right, sure.
And so you took Cate Blanchett to the Iron Bear downtown here in Austin, and how did that go?
It went great. It's as weird as everything else. I don't know.
Wow.
Couldn't tell you.
That's
like Rob, the bartender, now has the story about he got to serve Cate Blanchett. So
incredible. So at what point do you stop bartending at the Iron Bear? And
I had to quit almost immediately because I started failing creative writing because I was trying to sell a book.
So you were you going to UT? Or were you at Texas
Austin
State?
Community College.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're in Austin Community College.
For the stars, man.
Taking creative writing classes. When you publish your first collection,
essay.
You publish your first essay that gets you famous, essentially. And what was your professor and your classmates thinking? Like,
I mean, they were all rooting for me and thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Just at the same time, the whole thing was ridiculous.
wow.
I realize that I'm having the same problem telling this story, or you're having the same problem getting stories out of me as like my editor does when writing. I say this sort of.
I wouldn't say I'm having a problem. I am thoroughly enjoying this because this is a wild story. Let me stop right here and ask, because this is a podcast and a show where we talk to nonfiction storytellers primarily.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so, like, what is it about nonfiction? Like, you mentioned that maybe you would write a novel. Your new collection is based on a John Steinbeck travelogue called Travels with Charley. I'm a huge John Steinbeck fan too. And I love Tortilla Flat and East of Eden and Grapes of Wrath but those are novels, those are fiction. So what is it about nonfiction that you're attracted to that makes you want to write it?
Maybe it's just easier. You already know the story. Like, it might be. I'm not sure if it's easy. Anytime I've tried to write a novel, it's been really fucking hard.
Yeah.
But I have all the stories in nonfiction. I don't have to think of, what the weather was. I know.
Right.
I'm sweating balls. Nonfiction's fun in that you have all these. You can have a road trip around the country, which is what I just wrote. So you know the fucking structure of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I still went 800,000 words in the wrong direction.
Wow. Interesting.
Like, you still have to pile up all this information and then carve out what you want it to look like at the end.
Yeah. Yes.
And you know, you're building a fucking castle the whole time. And it turns out it's goddamn mermaid, and you just didn't fucking know it. And it can be that one thing out of it. You have all those nights you spent researching that thing that you were sure mattered. I studied the Civil War while writing this book around going around the country because I got to Gettysburg and I'm like, I don't know fuck all about this. So I've watched, you know, Ken Burns read 3 fucking books.
Yeah.
I need to know everything I can possibly know about the Civil War. It's 1 paragraph. It's 1. And most of the paragraph is, I don't know fuck all about it.
Right. But who knows what that...
address.
Yeah. But who knows what that informed, like it put your brain in a certain state that created something else probably.
Yeah, you don't get there unless you pile enough of it and the right things. And then you have to carve out all of the fucking wrong things.
Yeah. That's the process of making documentaries too. It's like you go down paths and the story tells you what it wants to be. And you know, sometimes that's after a month of shooting something else, or one of the most famous examples is this movie called Capturing the Friedmans, which won an Oscar. And it's this unbelievable story of a family that gets accused of the dad being a child molester, and the son is filming all of the behind the scenes while the family's in court, and you don't know if he did it or not, and the family's divided. It's this harrowing, heavy, unbelievable story. And it started because the filmmaker was making a documentary about birthday clowns, and the older brother moonlights as a birthday clown and just casually mentioned during the filming, oh, by the way, my dad is being tried for blah, 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 and my brother's filmed the whole thing. And the filmmaker's like, that's the movie I'm making now, not this birthday clown movie. So yeah, so like that's a common experience, I think, in nonfiction storytelling, is like you kind of get pulled these different directions and you never quite know where the finish line is going to be, you know?
That is fucking wild.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, maybe that's what's fun about it.
Yeah.
You don't actually, you can be dead fucking certain you know what you're writing, and it'll take a fucking U-turn.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even no matter how fucking carefully. I was writing a book about cults, and then it turned out, the throwaway thing that I wrote about being a cable guy. And who the fuck is gonna read stories about being a cable guy?
But it's your unique perspective on what that job was. And, you know, me, I've never had that experience, but I've had lots of other menial jobs. And the way that you wrote about it it's full of you, and we know about you from you being the narrator, but really it's about the people you're interacting with, and it becomes this sort of like tapestry of humanity, you know, and like what was important to people at that time, like the Fox News guy and the person with the gimp in the cage in the basement, and the Russian mobsters with, you know, their cocaine, and like, you know, all of those stories kind of add up to this like larger picture, I guess. And, yeah.
I mean, that is kind of a really good microcosm, though, of the storytelling thing, because I didn't know how the fuck to write an essay, and complained about. I think I figured most things out just by complaining. That seems to be my process, because I was at the bar and I was just bitching at Rob, the bartender. I'm like, there's no fucking way I can write this. I worked there 10 fucking years. I don't remember anything except the really weird shit. You can't just write a thing about really weird shit. Who the fuck is gonna read this? And I was like, and I don't remember enough details. I remember, 5 stories maybe. That's not an essay. And he asked a dumb question, which I don't even remember, and it was the exact right question. Because I was like, I don't fucking know, Rob. I remember needing to pee. And then I'm like, fuck, that
was perfect. Because that's like
the goddamn essay.
It's true. And like, there's something about that detail, which is like, oh yeah, women can't use the bathroom as easily as men can. And people whose house you're servicing are not going to let you use the bathroom. And so where do you go do it? And so then that becomes like about gender, and it becomes about like working for this corporation that's just about the numbers and not giving you access to restaurant. You know what I mean? It's like that little detail is full of so much.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And you know, something you said there about when I've taught film classes in the past, one of the things that I recommend people do when they're coming up with their stories is tell the story out loud to strangers, to anybody you can. And I often say, like, if you're at a bar, like literally, if somebody asks you what you do, try out your story, because right away, you know if it works and you know what parts keep people's attention. And the minute they get bored and their eyes glaze over and they go do something else or shift in their seat or whatever, you're like, okay, I lost them there. Yeah. Do you do that? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I tried to do stand-up for a little while when I was in DC.
I could see that. I think you'd be good at it.
I don't know if I'm so good at it. I just went up there and said, you know, embarrassing things that I'd done that week, and people would laugh, but I was learning kind of joke structure and that when people's eyes glaze over.
Right.
I can do it now, and I still do it. God help you if you're a friend of a writer or probably a documentarian when we're trying to write something, because that's all you're going to hear about.
Totally.
We're trying to write the thing.
Yeah.
And I get so irritated by the questions. You know, that's not it at all. And then it's, wait, that was it. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Like somebody just pushes you to unlock that little piece.
If you can find a friend who asks all the wrong questions, hold on to them dearly.
That's so funny.
I don't know how to tell a story other than to try to tell it.
Yeah.
And it's every time you forget that it becomes boring as fuck. Where you're just and then.
Right. Well, what I learned from your backstory is that you had to tell stories growing up. You couldn't really tell people you were in a cult. You couldn't really tell people you were gay when you were in the military, and I guess in the cult also. You probably weren't leading with the information that you were a cable tech, you know, when you were like when you were single and trying to date. So it's like you've kind of always been like hiding your identity in some way, I guess, right? Or telling like a story.
Somewhere, yeah. Telling the parts of it that you want people to know. Leaving out the other parts. Which it keeps you a little bit separate, I think. Because, you're never really letting anyone too close because they don't fucking know you.
Right.
I think it took until my 40s to understand what the fuck to do with I grew up in a cult. To how to tell that story. Like, in a way, it was practice, because we would do, in my 20s, 6 months into a relationship, we would do that, like, very lesbian crying thing where I'm like, okay, so I lied to you about everything, and, like, please still love me, but I grew up in a cult. Like, half the time, why did we not? Why are we having this conversation?
Why didn't you tell me this? Yeah, on like the third date.
Who gives a shit? But yeah, truly, who gives a shit? You have to have some reason for telling it, and then whatever you learn in therapy is the way to tell yourself the story. That writing an essay, probably making a film, is the same process.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what does this mean?
What does it mean? Totally. Where's the meaning lie in this? Yeah.
And it's not, I grew up in a cult. It's what that has in common with everybody else, because it turns out that whole, macaroni and cheese, bike under the Christmas tree childhood isn't something anybody fucking had. And we're all now in therapy trying to figure that out. If you keep something like that a secret, you don't ever connect with anyone over it. But as soon as you say, I grew up in a cult, it allows someone else to tell their story. And their stories are usually a lot more interesting. Like, I just changed a lot of diapers. When it actually comes down to it, I watched Singing in the Rain way too many fucking times, and I changed too many diapers. Really good at that.
Yeah, that's not what I think of when I think of cults.
No, you think like cool robes or some sort of like
totally.
cool ceremony.
A lot of
No,
like singing and like weird. You guys
it
are
was
sitting
like
on the
a-
ground
It
and
was,
yeah.
it was a guy at the front. No, we were all wearing the same clothes that my Aunt Nancy got at a garage sale in Lubbock and like mailed to me. And everybody my size was wearing those clothes. Like a lot of neon striped shirts from 1987. It was, none of it was that interesting. And bad songs that they ripped off from Bob Dylan. Like it was just, yeah, a guy had a guitar in the front. There's too many guitars.
I mean,
Way too many guitars.
I think that's just every group function. You know what I mean? There's a dad with a guitar trying to be Paul Simon.
It's just fucking camping. It turns out it's not that interesting. Everybody has been camping with the guy who like really needs to sing me this song.
Right.
There's a lot to him.
Right.
Yeah, it just wasn't. You could get into the trauma parts of it, and then we're having a really freaking lame conversation that nobody wants to have at dinner.
Right. They wanted to work through that with their therapist separately.
That's a separate thing.
But that's a skill that you have, like just making me laugh right there about like those details. The, you know, Aunt Nancy in Lubbock sending you the striped neon shirt. So like evocative. I can see that, you know, and the bad Bob Dylan ripoffs. Like, and that's so, you know, humor is all about surprise, right? And like that's a surprising read of the cold situation. And you're so great at that. Like, you know, so your ability is to like take things, you know, experiences that we all kind of have in common and see them in a surprising way, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I said that so declaratively. Like, do you agree with that? Maybe that's not right. I don't know.
Maybe I appreciate it. I don't fucking know. I really don't. I sometimes know why a thing connected. You've made a thing before and you're like, oh fuck, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
And you know.
Yeah.
And then like a serial killer, you chase that fucking high the rest of your career.
Yes.
That one moment where you know it's good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't fucking matter what anyone else thinks about it.
Right.
You know you made something that mattered.
Right.
And the rest of it, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So is that how you're feeling about your new book? Because it sounds like just extrapolating from the HuffPost article and that kind of windfall success into a collection that becomes a New York Times bestseller, and you know, famous authors are blurbing and referencing that there's a lot of expectation around your second book, and like how do you approach that?
I throw up a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I throw up a lot.
Yeah.
I took probably a whole other year trying to write this one. I didn't even consider writing another book until I completely forgot how fucking hard it was the first time.
Yeah.
And then just didn't know what the fuck else to do with myself. Okay, but I guess I am a fucking writer. Like, I didn't know what the fuck else to do next except write another one. So I did, but yeah, it took another year. I was a year beyond my deadline. This was supposed to come out last summer.
Wow.
I just fucking couldn't write. And most of it was just absolute fucking terror.
And the fear is just not living up to the potential?
Yeah, a lot of it is so much of an accounting lie that, you know, I can tell you it took 6 months to write my first book, but it didn't. It took 45 fucking years to write my first book. And then I had 2 to write another, and I put it all in the first. But also, yeah, I can drive around the country with my dog. That part was easy.
Yeah.
Drive around the country with my dog, talk to a lot of people. That's easy as shit. I have a really fucking cute dog. People run up to him. Conversations are going to happen whether I want them to happen or not.
Right. And your dog's name is Woody Guthrie.
Yeah.
And you guys loaded into was it a 2001?
Dodge Van. I'm not going to get a sponsorship from Dodge. There are writers who apparently, I just found out, I was just talking to a guy who got an endorsement deal with LL Bean to do his book tour.
Oh, come on.
Part of me is like, fuck, I should have called Subaru. And then the other part of me is like, but like, at what point do they start telling you what you can and can't say? So,
right.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. I didn't know what the fuck it was about. I didn't want it to be lame.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want it to be, you know, I took a paycheck, here's a fucking book. I drove around with my dog.
Right.
Go Yankees. I don't know what. I didn't know what the fuck. Subarus are terrific.
That's the takeaway.
One. It
That's
is
the
a safe
takeaway.
car. I don't know what's a Subaru.
Great gas
Lesbians
mileage.
love them.
It's true.
I've heard.
So, Travels with Charley, the Steinbeck book, is like relatively well known, although it's not necessarily like one of his like more famous books.
No.
But were you consciously referencing that, or what? Like, what was the?
Yeah.
I guess my lame, unformed question is like, why that format? Why getting in a van with your dog and driving around the country?
It's so easy. Like, he gave you the formula to talk about, you know, people you meet, talk about life, talk about writing, talk about this country, and you know, he went on a diatribe about how trailer parks were the future, because you just move your trailer around.
Right.
Missed that one on
He
time,
missed
but
a little off target there.
little
Yeah.
off. But yeah, he could write about whatever crazy idea entered his head. He could write about the civil rights movement
Yeah.
in New Orleans and mix it in with like very serious things, and then decide whether or not to shoot a coyote. It's this easy format, and why not? The thing I think I was most exhausted with, and I'm still kind of struggling with it, of, you know, kind of what to do next, because I didn't want to write so much about me.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing these stories for Texas Highways, and I would go out to West Texas and we talk to people, and there's only so much of it that I could put in a Texas Highways piece, because it's Department of Transportation.
Okay.
You know, you can't disparage Texas or Texans. People are only talking to you because you say you're from Texas Highways, and they know that they're going to look great in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to do their store some good. Which I don't mind doing, but you know, there are all the other conversations I could have had. And if I just did the book for me, I thought I could say something that might fucking matter. Because otherwise, what's the fucking point?
So man, that's fascinating. Because I make commercials as a living also, in addition to my documentary work, and there's so many times when I'm like, oh, that person that I just filmed with would be incredible to do a follow-up piece with, but I can't do that because or I don't do that because I'm filming them for a very specific reason in this commercial. And so I love that you took that as like a jumping off point to be like, no, there's more here. I want to talk to people, not just to be in the magazine. That's really cool. Yeah. Did you go back to any of the same people that you'd written about in Texas Highways?
I did, and told them what I was doing now, and they didn't want to talk to me.
Oh, no way. Really?
I didn't want to be a dick, so I just like left it out of the book.
Yeah.
I went back to Shamrock on my way back to Austin.
Okay.
And yeah, went to the museum I'd gone to where people were really cool and talked to me, and the cafe, and they're just like, all right, good luck with that. So,
okay.
Yeah, they want to be in Texas Highways.
Right, not in your book.
No, they do not want to be in my book. Thankfully, my dog introduced me to other people. So.
Yeah, that's cool. So, you know,
They might have Googled me between. That's entirely possible.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. It's too big a question to say, like, what did you learn from that experience? So instead of that, like, maybe you can just give me like an anecdote of like, you know, what you were maybe expecting versus what you found.
I thought I would end the book really pissed off and just say, fuck it, fuck all y'all, and move to Italy or something, and maybe that would be the next book. Yeah, I thought I would be a lot angrier. I thought I would experience a lot more of what we see online and what I'd experienced online is people just fucking screaming at each other.
Yeah.
And I didn't experience any of it. It was people being kind and helping. And I mean, we just watched it happen in Minneapolis, that even no matter who people even voted for or how they were lied to or how at each other's throats they were on Facebook when ICE moved into their neighborhood. You defend your neighborhood. You defend your neighbors. These are the people you know and love.
Right.
And they're no longer, a number or illegals or anything. They're human beings.
Right.
And when we see that, when it happens in our neighborhood, it matters when it happens to a person in front of us. I was driving around in Georgia. These 2 hunters came out of the woods, or like hoping hunters. They were carrying rifles, and like I'm in the middle of I didn't know there were mountains in Georgia. Oops. Went up in the mountains. It's raining. I'm driving. I feel like the road's about to cave in. Turns out some of those roads caved in. So
oh my God.
Maybe
so you were right.
Later in the hurricane, like a year later, not this time, but yeah. And I was like, all right, we're not in danger. Maybe. And these guys came out of the woods carrying guns, and I was a little bit nervous about them. And they just helped me find a campsite, and were really nice. And
isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
I grew up in Kansas and Oklahoma, and I have this sort of like, I look like a youth pastor, so I have this sort of like ingrained optimism, I think, that comes from like a Midwest upbringing. But I do sincerely think, because I've been shown it so many times, that when you give people the opportunity to show you their best selves, they will largely meet you there. And the reverse is also true. If you give people the opportunity to be shitty, they will do that too.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like how you engage in a lot of ways, but that people will, like you so just beautifully said, like will really rally and do good deeds when you need them.
Maybe that's the takeaway. I probably should have put that in the book. But we're being trained to just stay inside and separate and fighting with one another, and if we just fucking log off and go hang out, we might be all right. Maybe there's some fucking hope.
Yeah.
As soon as they put an AI data center in someone else's fucking neighborhood, then we go fight.
Exactly.
But when it was just this idea,
right,
of your brother showing you ChatGPT and insisting that but it could help you write. And by the way, so my brother was trying to convince me that I should use chat to write my book. I'm like, the fuck do you think I do this for? And then I asked him to draw a map for the book, because they're like, hey, you can have a map in your book, which obviously you want a fucking map in your book. That's fucking cool.
Right.
But you have to provide it. And I'm like, yeah, my brother's an artist. So I called him and I was like, but you cannot use AI to do this. James is like, I would fucking never use AI for my art, Lauren. I swear to God.
And you're like, well, what about me?
You fucking get it. You do fucking get it. You do. As soon as it's something someone cares about, they're like, oh, well, obviously, no, you're not going to fucking use AI for that.
Right.
That matters.
Right.
Well, go fuck yourself. Like, my thing matters to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do actually know the answer. We're just having a really hard time, I think, understanding or recognizing anyone else's experience. And we've just been staring at screens too long. I'm pretty fucking sure. I think it broke our brains a little bit.
That's exactly right. I could not agree with you more. I think we're all so down the rabbit hole of our phones, and everybody's, listening to their specific podcast or their playlist or their news feed, and
everything is curated.
Oh my God. And it's all personalized. And so we all walk around being like the stars of our show. And it's really addictive to do that, because it feels pretty good, but it's pretty empty. And you realize after a while, like, oh no, I need to not be the star and be a supporting player in my friend's story. And I need to go over here and just check in with the person who's selling me coffee or whatever. And that those interactions are the ones that actually like make you feel meaningful beyond just the like quick dopamine hit,
Just the random conversation you get to just walk. Austin's great for that. I don't know why I sometimes try to leave this place, because it's the only place I've been where you can get into 5 different conversations. New York's actually the same, but I couldn't afford New York. I was out here. But it's the same in that sense, where you can get into 5 different conversations just trying to get to the dog park or just trying to get a coffee in the morning.
Yeah, totally.
Well, it's, the lady who waters her plants in the morning and wants to tell you about how the peonies are doing right now, it's everything.
Yeah.
And it fucking matters. I think
Totally.
it really fucking does. You don't have it. I moved to Durham for 9 months. Didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah. You
Interesting.
just don't.
Because that's the deep south. You would expect that they would be
a
as
cute dog. I have a really cute dog. He is very popular in other places. He's fucking cute and he's smiling at you. What the?
but
wrong
not
with you people?
not in Durham, I
They just
guess.
kept on walking.
Wow.
Yeah. Might have
Anyway.
added that I was like right next to Duke, so
Oh, that might have been a thing. Yeah.
I just regularly sent my dad pictures of my dog shitting on the Duke while he loved him so much. It's his favorite fucking series.
That's so funny. All right, we are leaving our bucolic picnic table situation. That was pretty nice, actually. We usually just walk the whole time, but that rainstorm sort of forced us to
I'll take a seat.
seek shelter. And on a sweaty day like today, that wasn't all bad.
Yeah, I was like, this was the storm all day today too, and I forgot to give my dog a trazodone.
Oh, really? Is he nervous?
He wasn't. He was fine about thunderstorms, noises, all of it. And then remember that hailstorm a couple years ago, where the like cannonball size hail was
Oh,
dropping?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
One
Like
flew
fill
through
the.
the window, like above him where he was sleeping.
Oh, boy.
Since then, he's like, no, fuck you. I know what can happen. I know what can happen, and you cannot convince me that cannonballs will not hit you in the fucking head.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's done.
Oh, man. Okay, so we were walking on the Boggy Creek Trail, and we're over here by Fleet Coffee, and there are lots of little free libraries over here, but I have never seen what we're walking by right now,
Oh, Austin.
which is, describe what we're seeing here.
There's a stick library, also a squirrel at the stick library. It's really just dog heaven. There's a giant tree with a stick library of sticks a dog could select
That is
and
fantastic.
take on their walk.
I love Austin too. That feels very on brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it could be a Portlandia episode or
There's
a
a monster library around the corner from where we are. Turns out little kids really would love to have a little monster. They tell their worries to the monster.
No
And,
way.
Yeah, there's little
So it's like
cards.
this, where it's like
It's like this,
and you
but
can
they have
take a monster off the
They have
shelf
like
or
a little
something?
free library full of little monsters.
Oh,
You write your worry
my.
on a card, and then you take a monster to take care of the worry for you.
Jeez.
Fucking love this town.
I do too. It's like we're just creating like the next generation of spoken word poets or something.
Yeah.
Like creative kids, you know, like they're not gonna have a job, but they're gonna
Yeah.
be super interesting.
Well, they're gonna be fun as shit. Yeah. They're all gonna have been to therapy, which is
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so your book is coming out. We're talking just a few days before. You shared that you'd been vomiting because you were so nervous about it. Like, how are your nerves? Like, how are you feeling about it?
I don't know that I know how to feel excitement. I think it's the same physiological response. So I think I just interpret it all as fear, and some of it might be excitement.
Oh.
I'm trying to tell myself that some of it is, I feel like that's what a therapist would be telling me right now. I got a therapist specifically for this fucking event of, I need to write another book, put one out, need to not lose my fucking mind this time. That would be a good idea. And then she got promoted in January at the VA, so when you get your health care from a place, the VA, that's run by the people who are trying to destroy it,
Oh. Right.
you don't get any therapists right away.
Oh no.
So, because the people trying to defund it are in charge.
Oh no.
So yeah, we're just.
So you're in between therapists right now?
Oh yeah.
This is not a good time to be in between therapists.
It's not a fucking good time. It's not a good time at all.
Oh no.
I am between therapists.
So if any therapists are listening in our audience,
Just call me.
please reach out.
Call me. I don't know. I'm kind of interesting. I got some cooler
I think
problems than
you would be
I normally do.
you would be a really
Most
fun
of the time I'm pretty boring.
patient. I don't know. I think you're
I might be immune to therapy. Like I'm a writer, so I think I just like having the problem, and I don't know that I like fixing it so much.
yeah. Well, because stating the problem is often like more interesting, right? Like stating it in all different ways.
You can find all the different ways to portray the problem. Tell a story about the problem. I tell a story about what the problem causes. Yeah, it's fine.
You know what you said earlier that I found really interesting is that it was almost like you were setting, like driving around the country right now, it's almost like you were setting out to like find conflict. Do you think, is it fair to say that? Like were you looking at the landscape and kind of like, America's terrible right now.
There was a part of me that I think thought that if I found conflict and darkness, that would make a book matter. But the fuck is that helping?
Right.
Who wants to fucking read it? I can barely look at a news feed right now. I don't think anyone can.
Right.
You can take about, I don't know, 3 scrolls before you're like, all right, yep. We're good. There's a fucking octagon on the White House lawn. Sponsored by Monster Energy Drinks. There's a fucking octagon on the White House lawn. There's a fucking octagon on the White House lawn.
It's Idiocracy. Like Mike Judge's movie was
we went so fast into it too. Just
yes.
all the way.
Oh my gosh.
We need some electrolytes.
You don't water the crops with electrolytes.
That's what plants need.
Oh my God.
There's a Monster Energy Drinks banner on it.
In front of the White House.
I'd like to think that someone at Monster is self-aware and just like, you know what, fuck it. Put the banner on there. Maybe someone will understand that this is fucking nuts. Maybe.
That's a generous read of the situation.
Yeah.
And it's interesting too that you say that you set out thinking about like maybe finding the darkness, but who wants that? And that's kind of the same thing as like the cult manuscript, right? Like your agent was maybe like, right? Well,
can we talk all weekend when I need therapy over this? Yeah.
That like that's the easy pitch. That's like that's the expected route, you know?
Tell some fucking sad stories, horrify some people.
Exactly.
Give them something to gawk at, and we're good.
Yeah, it's sort of like the Fox News customer in your cable story where like they needed Fox News so badly because they needed to be mad at Obama.
Yeah.
And when they didn't have that outlet to channel their rage, it went to their wife, and the wife followed you to your van to say like, please restore the cable.
I need to be on Fox.
Yeah.
I needed to have that.
And you were empathetic enough to be like, you were about to leave. Here, let's cross this way.
I see what you're doing. Okay.
And you were like, no, we need to get this poor woman her cable so her husband doesn't rage out on her.
I mean, I had a stepdad, so.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need their hobbies. We don't have them.
Your description of that guy was fantastic, by the way. Can you tell our readers what you remember about that description?
I have. Oh, the tucked in polo shirt.
That's it.
It's dead on. Yeah. Just.
There's something about that
There's
image.
a type that just said it really tight too. Like, it's tucked into their underwear. It is held in.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a type.
There's a type. Yeah.
Oakley wraparounds when you're not actively playing baseball.
Yes. Or like sunglasses like backwards on your neck.
Yeah, that guy. Those hats. I have a really hard time. Every time I see that Salt Life hat, I think it's a Slut Life. Don't know why. And I'm like a little bit, no, wrong.
Wah, wah.
Took me a minute to figure it out. But yeah, that's a tell.
That's funny. Well, we're coming up on the end of our walk. And so we do, at the end of the episodes, we do what we call a lightning round, which is like just a few questions about how you got started.
All right.
So the first one is, what was the gateway drug documentary film that made you want to be a documentary filmmaker? In your case, what was the gateway drug nonfiction work that made you see yourself possibly doing this?
I would say a lot, but it was the Anthony Bourdain essay in the New Yorker.
Cool.
And I don't think I read it in the New Yorker. I think someone sent me, like, I don't know, Gawker's reprint of it. I'm
Right.
sure I didn't have a subscription. But, yeah, that you could just talk like a human being
Yeah.
and write a story about your life that didn't have to have a cult in it. I mean, you can call it kitchen a cult, but didn't have to have... He was just telling stories.
Right.
But they were great.
They were great. You know what I remember about Kitchen Confidential the most is that moment when he's describing he and all his friends who work in kitchens are all doing heroin.
Yeah.
And they're all in the car, and he's like, only 1 in 4 people make it off of heroin, and there's 4 in the car. And he talks about realizing that he's the one. And that is like I get goosebumps right now thinking about it. Like, that is such an unbelievable sentence and realization to like share with somebody, because it's so dark, but also kind of hopeful at the same time.
Depends on who you are and color, I guess.
Exactly. Okay, what would your advice be to somebody who is an aspiring writer?
Don't get the wrong agent. Who fucking knows who was the wrong agent? I don't know. Maybe that is part of it, is sometimes your agent is wrong or you have the wrong one, and you kind of have to trust your gut because it's your name on the book.
Right.
Just read everything. I think we get stuck in like one genre of like, if I'm writing nonfiction, I have to read nonfiction, or if I'm writing fantasy, that's what I have to read. I think it makes it better if you, like, I read mostly crime novels when I'm trying to like calm my brain down.
Okay.
But I think then the pacing leaked into my nonfiction where I think something has to happen.
Interesting.
And I would like it to sound like something's gonna happen.
Suddenly there's a murder.
Yeah, but you gotta throw in a dead body every once in a while. It makes the book more entertaining. Yeah, read outside genre.
Okay.
But also, actually, okay, here's advice. Find other writers. Go to your local bookstore, go to people's readings and shit. Like, that's how I met every writer I know in DC, or in DC and Austin, and DC too.
Yeah.
But like, if you go to the readings, meet people.
Okay.
Because those kind of become your little writer class of people who come up with you and who you trade information and advice and actually know what's going on and connections later on.
Yeah. And I read
find other writers and hang out with other writers, any sort of creatives. You have to find them somewhere.
Right.
Authors are kind of hard to find because we're sitting at a laptop.
Right.
But we do have to go like every Tuesday at Book People or at First Light. Someone's book is coming out, and that's like our social hour.
That's
and we go
awesome.
sneak out for drinks afterwards.
Oh, I love that.
So
That's like your version of the Austin Film Society's cinema lobby. That's where like all the filmmakers hang out in town.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So you have to go. Yeah, you need other writers.
Yeah.
You need them desperately.
And you're part of a crew, I read, right? Like there's two or three other writers like that have books coming out.
Later.
Wow.
Elizabeth McCracken moved to England, but
Oh,
Lucas Schaefer's.
Lucas Schaefer, I read about him.
His paperback's coming out in a
Cool.
month, which is exciting as shit. And it's about Austin. It's this weird fucking story about a boxing gym.
Oh, awesome.
Fun as shit. Devil and Unfirth's book just came out last Tuesday.
Okay.
And we're all at First Light drunk and hugging about that one. She's on tour right now. Yeah, our little crew is all putting out books, it seems like. So
That's awesome.
Pamela Koloff's book, Catch the Devil, comes out.
Yes. Pam's a friend, and she's going to do the show.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's cool as shit. I love her.
Yeah, she's the best.
I need someone else to call during this fucking nonsense. We're just randomly texting each other. How you doing? How you holding up?
Yeah, that's great.
So,
in between vomiting, you can talk to.
In between the vomiting, you do have to talk to someone else while you're watching it swirl.
Okay, so last question. What is the thing that you can't stop thinking about right now that isn't related to writing?
Oh.
Yeah, not like your art practice. What's the thing otherwise that you're thinking about?
Yeah, there's an octagon on the White House lawn. I don't know if we mentioned that. I really can't. I can't get past it.
Yeah.
I'm just keep walking around muttering. There's a fucking octagon on the White House lawn.
Yes, I know.
There's an octagon.
It seems like we've entered some kind of alternate universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also been kind of obsessed with Pop-Tarts lately. I don't know why. I don't even want one. I haven't eaten one. I just keep talking about Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you what that means.
Did you
really
ever
need a therapist?
That's a great place to end. Lauren, this is so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's cut. Next time on Doc Walks, I walk solo with director David Alvarado. We discuss his new documentary, American Pachuco, which won the Audience Award at this year's Sundance Film Festival. And he is in Austin to screen the film at the opening night of Cine Las Americas. We talk about his passion for science, technology, and human rights, and his past films, We Are as Gods, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and The Immortalists. He gets me to smoke a cigar on our walk. I get very lightheaded. We have a great conversation in spite of all that, and I hope you'll stick around for next week's episode of Doc Walks.
Doc Walks is created, produced, and edited by my friend Ben Steinbauer of The Bear.
Hello. And my friend Keith Maitland of Go Valley. With help from our co-producer Dayton Thompson and editing by Riley Church. Follow us at Doc Walks Pod on YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn.